this is Fantasy-esque, and welcome back to The Sims 4 Royal Witch Kingdoms. Today we are picking up with the noble family of Sisita over in Sikar. And before I forget, I want to let you guys know that it is time for us to begin thinking about the mottos for our various noble houses. So I have put together a Google Forms sheet that I will link in the description below where we have all the different noble families and options for what their motto could be. I think I have 3 for each family that I felt was appropriate, and I would love you guys to vote for your favorite motto, and then at some point when I feel like we've had enough responses, I'll go ahead and collate all of that and decide on the mottos for the noble families. Well, you guys will decide because your votes will determine which motto sticks with which family. And then as we go through the rounds, I can let you guys know this is the motto that was voted for this particular family, and we'll have that going for generations and generations. So that should be exciting. But we have an interesting guest. Queen Nala is back, guys. Queen Nala is back. So it's 5 p.m. on Saturday with these guys, and hi, Lady Alicent and Lord Adrian. They were just tending to the adorable Master Diamond. Oh my goodness, guys, look at him. He is a wild one. He's a wild child, just so energetic, loves jumping from his Kotyan to his Nalka, and then back to his Kotyan, and vice versa, and just wants to run around everywhere, loves being outside even though it's super cold. Um, he just can't be contained. He can't be contained, and his parents are struggling just a little bit, given I think they're not that used to being active because they keep their minds active and they're more, socialites, those kind of things. Running around after little babies isn't exactly what they're built to do. So they're having a little bit of trouble, but look at him. He looks just like his father. He's got, I think, his mother's freckles, but his eyes, like I said, the issue that some of the toddlers have, they're the dull eyes, but naturally he inherited his father's white eyes. So when he comes of age and we can fix that, we'll definitely do it. But he's got his father's blonde hair, like ice blonde hair, and then the green skin. He is totally his father's son, and Lord Adrian does give him a lot of attention and spoils him quite a bit. And I think that's partly because he looks so much like him. And I feel as though every time, because we know how possessive Lord Adrian is of his wife, every time he sees Master Diamond, he can't help but think that this is ours, you know? This ties me to Alicent more than anything with hiking Yorick ever could. So he definitely is giving his son a lot of love, who is very, very sleepy. But while we were tending to him, Queen Nala decided to come ahead and visit. And I find this very intriguing because, as we saw in the movie, it's getting a little bit difficult for Diamond's parents to keep up with him. And I discovered something interesting when I was looking at Lord Adrian's relationship panels. So he is friends with Lady Amatress Holdigan from Holkane, who has a magic fire wolf. And that's, I think, the only friendship that developed that I wasn't aware of. He dislikes King Uther, but they haven't met each other. We'll actually say that I think we've established it's the other way around. King Uther is the one who's heard of Adrian and doesn't like how attached he is to his wife. So King Uther actually doesn't like Adrian. Adrian's never really met the Holkane King. But he has a friendship with Lady Amatress, and that was so intriguing because Rhiannon was trying really hard in the last round to befriend, just a friendly thing, just to befriend Adrian, but Adrian was always suspecting that she had her eyes on him for other reasons, and so he kept ignoring her, and he did not take kindly to her attempts. Alicent, nothing has changed in terms of her friendships with anyone, but Adrian befriended Lady Amatress somehow, I'm assuming through letters because they're in completely different kingdoms, and I'm taking that to mean he's interested in the magic firewolf that she has in her possession, because obviously news of that, oh, that's so cute, because news of that would actually Oh, you guys didn't see that, so you probably don't know why I'm just saying that's so cute. I think Adrian gained a sentiment for his son. My bad. I keep forgetting sometimes you guys can't see the notifications because my face cam is there. But Lord Adrian, yeah, absolutely adores his son. So that's really sweet. But I think Adrian possibly got in touch with amateurs because of that magic firewolf. It might not have been for Diamond in the get-go, because as we saw, Queen Nala built a connection with the Rawans because they have. Oh, now she's doing our dishes. Okay, okay. She built a connection with the Rawans because they had. Now she's cackling evilly. She's planning something. Yeah, because of the magic cats they had, and she invited them over to this kingdom to visit. But she didn't manage to get around to the Holdegans, who have another magical creature, the opposite magical creature. But Lord Adrian, he's been keeping an eye on, movement that's been happening and trying to solidify his own family and build connections. And no doubt he would be aware of what the queen's interests are. Although he's keeping his distance from the queen, I feel as though he's someone who would want to help his spouse, help his wife be just as armed with information as Queen Nala. Because, he's wanting to make himself useful to his wife so that his wife will need to go to the High King to better their family. So he's built a connection with Lady Amatress, and now that their son is getting a little bit wild as he's getting older, he's thinking that maybe, maybe we can actually get a firewolf of our own. Maybe we can speak to the Holdegans about how to acquire one such beast and keep it in our family. And if they can get a magic wolf before the royal family can get a magic cat, then it's probably gonna improve things for them. And they do have the room for it. They definitely have the room for it. Now, if we look over to these guys, if we look over to the Citadelies, I don't see them having enough room to keep a creature, a magical creature. So I don't know if I'd be okay with that, especially a hound of any sort. But these guys, they have a front yard, but it's set up just a little bit differently. It's more spacious, so I can see them having a hound of some sort. And right now, their eyes are on the magic firewolf. Who knows if they'll be able to acquire the magic firewolf or something like it? But they definitely want to talk to the Holdegans about it. Now, nobody's tending to the queen. Oh my goodness! Wake up, you guys! Wake up! You're supposed to be let's tell the queen a funny story. Go entertain the queen. Really, when she comes here, you have to give her attention. Rather than attention, I would say you need to keep your eye on the queen, because who knows what she's snooping around about. She could go into, because I'm pretty sure Adrian and Alicent maybe would have sent a letter. I would assume they would have sent. Okay, now she's going. Okay, you know what? You know what I think, guys? Okay, Nala's going, but you know what I think? I think that Alicent and Adrian possibly would have sent an invitation to the Holdgen family to come visit them because they have an inn at Sikar. So I think they would have invited the Holdgens to come visit them so they can meet the family and they can speak to them more about the firewolf and bring the firewolf over with them. So that's kind of their plan currently. And they would have written a letter to them or something like that, or maybe they would have had a letter that they're ready to send. And I think Queen Nala got wind of it and she was snooping around. So I don't know if because she had that file bubble on top of her head, so I feel like she came to snoop around, especially because these guys kind of went to bed pretty soon. So I don't know if she would have gotten anything useful from that. But Queen Nala, she's gonna have her eye on what these guys are doing. So that's kind of interesting. So, after my discovery in the last episode that toddlers could just keep a bunch of harvestables and eat that, I have gone a step ahead, guys, and stuffed a bunch of apples in Master Diamond's inventory. So, look at this. All of his needs are pretty much up, but he is hungry. Normally, we would have to wake one of the Sims up and feed him or get some leftover food from the fridge, but he's got apples And 5 apples is enough to get him going. Look at him. Such an energetic little baby. I actually probably need to put some... We probably have entertainment stuff for the kids, right? I think we should have some toys and whatnot. Probably would love to run outside or something, but I have realized that about five harvestables will get them going. It's just okay, but hey, it makes them happy, puts them in a good mood, feeds them. I'm happy with that. 5 harvestables does the job. We're gonna have to purchase more for him, but he can't exactly use his potty chair yet. He needs help for that. New skill day. What? Okay. Well, I don't know if we want to do skill day. We'll just leave it. We'll leave it be. They might get some skill up at some stage. But oh, he wants to wake up his mother. Actually, you can wake her up. You should wake her up because she's he wants to be friendly with her too, which is so sweet. You should wake her up because her energy is full. It's 6:20. Thank goodness their sleep schedule has somehow managed to work itself out. I was a little bit concerned because for some reason all my sleep schedules are getting out of whack. Okay, come on. Let's and I have all the fireplaces going because it is winter. I remember the time when we nearly killed Lady Siddeley because what am I saying? Lady Rhiannon Siddeley because I had the fireplace on and it was really hot. My bad. Oh, this is so cute. He's gonna wake his parents up. Oh, I thought he was gonna go actually chat with his mother or something. No, he's just going from room to room. He's like the rooster of this house, okay? He's gonna make sure. Is that Queen Leia? Is that Queen Leia? What are you doing? Oh my goodness. Okay, well, we just saw Queen Leia, guys. I don't know what she was doing over in Sikaar. She looked very out of place. And then she just flew off in her broom. My goodness. We spotted her, though. We saw her. Oh, this is so adorable. He's making his rounds. He's like, mother. Not mother. He wouldn't say mother. He's like, Nalka, get up, get up. And then Kotian. He probably can only say Nalka and Kotian. He can say bye-bye, though. He can say bye-bye. He was the first toddler that said bye-bye, Nalka. And then he said, Kotian. And then he went back to Nalka. Oh, it's funny. Okay. Let's... I kind of want to get... You know what? Adrian didn't even get up. Adrian, you need to get up. You have to give your son a bubble bath. So Adrian's going to get up. He's going to give his son a bubble bath. He made some onigiri the night before, so I think Lady Alicent is probably going to have some onigiri for breakfast. And so is he once it's done. I'll leave this skill day thing going in case they get any skills up, but I won't focus too much on it. But Adrian, remember when High Lady Alicent is pregnant, guys? She and Adrian had a bit of a rift because Adrian was thinking of their baby as a device to keep the High King away from his wife. But now that Master Diamond is here, I think that he likes the fact that his wife is so involved with their son and the family that she's not spending as much time in court, and because of that, he loves his son more. So it's kind of interesting. Would you say that's the right reason or the wrong reason to love your child? I don't know, but that's what he has going on for him. And also, some of you were actually shipping or thinking of a marriage alliance between Master Diamond and one of the Ramadust triplets that was born, the turquoise ones. So there we go. You get to see him, and we can kind of take a bit of a look. Is he going to go play in the toilet? We can take a bit of a look at this handsome young toddler who might be paired up with one of the Ramadust ladies. So that's kind of intriguing to me. It's kind of intriguing. Okay, so that's like one of our potential marriages for them that you guys have seen. Did someone destroy the... Oh my goodness. Hey, what? Fix? Can he fix that? I didn't know toddlers could fix a broken dollhouse. I'm discovering all sorts of things today. Can you actually fix this dollhouse? Also, your father needs to buy more harvestables for you, kiddo. We need to buy some more harvestables. Raw potatoes might not be the grandest thing to feed a child. Do I care? No. I mean, he had raw mushrooms, and I don't know if he's supposed to be having that. He's just gonna be a tough potato, okay? It's gonna be a tough cookies who eats potatoes. That's what's gonna happen. Look at him! He's already like a fixer-upper. What are you doing? I didn't know you could actually fix. Are you actually fixing, or are you attempting to fix, or you're thinking of fixing? I don't know what he's doing. He's just wailing. Or maybe he was telling one of his parents to come fix it. Maybe. Okay, well, why don't you chat to Alicent, your Nalka? And look at this. He wants to pet a dog. It's like he knows. It's like the game knows that we're thinking of getting a firewolf for them. It's like they know. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and we don't want to... Heck yeah! I was like, we don't want to wrestle Yonalka, but then I thought, wait a second, yes, we do want to wrestle Yonalka. So let's go down. Come on, we need to go down and wrestle her. We're gonna go down and wrestle her. When he's done eating, I actually want him to do some more food prep for later on in the day. So we'll let him finish. Is he coming downstairs? What direction are you going in, kiddo? No, you're supposed to go down to where Nalka is. Oh, great. Well, I think the way I normally do these things is that if something breaks in a royal household, I just replace it because it makes sense to me. You'd want things to be more efficient, and the royals, I mean, a lot of the nobles have a ton of money, but just the play style, I like the royals to be able to just get a new one. Whereas for the noble families, I like the domestic spouse to fix things. Helps them get, just another one of those skills. But come on, we want to wrestle with Mother. Don't we want to wrestle with Nalka? Okay, we'll get him to come down and try and wrestle, and now Lord Adrian needs to clean this up. And, oh my goodness, we have so many sinks that are broken. Repair this, repair that, and then once you're done, you need to go. He's got so many things to get done. How is he going to be able to chat with his wife or do anything he wants? He wants to woohoo with her. They did woohoo the night before. They did woohoo the night before after the baby went to bed, of course. They were one of the couples who went crazy woohooing, like woohooing everywhere, all the time. Even in the Siddeley house, they were woohooing the Siddeley bathroom. It was a little bit crazy. It's a little bit crazy. They see no time, they see no place, they just see each other and what needs to be done. Okay, kiddo, we're gonna come down and we need to wrestle with your Nalka while your Kotyan goes ahead and tries to fix things. I'm surprised they're not that cold. Maybe it's because we have all the fireplaces going, and there's probably, honestly, a thermostat hidden somewhere in this house. Probably is. But let's go ahead and get all of these things fixed up. You also need to light this. I like to keep my fireplaces going, so we'll light the one in the dining room as well. There we go. There we go. And the kiddo is still taking his time to get down. That's fine. Oh, did we get the potatoes? We did. We need to give all the potatoes to Diamond. This is so good! I didn't even realize you can just give them food, harvestables, and they'll eat that. And, I mean, harvestables, they can never go off, so that's amazing. That's just amazing. We don't ever have to worry about food again. And then we won't get threatened by the social Grim Reaper coming and trying to take our babies away from us. And look, Lord Adrian has just acquired the handiness skill. I wonder if that counts towards skill day. Does it? No. I mean, what does that mean? But we did learn the skill. Oh well. We're gonna go ahead and scavenge for pots. Who knows? At some point in the future, they might decide to upgrade things. So just in case, although they could just buy it if they needed to upgrade, we'll probably just throw this away. We'll throw it away. If they really needed to upgrade, we could just, can we like put it, ooh, you know what, yeah, we'll just do that. It's easier that way because then I don't have to actually get him to clean things up. But we have all these puddles. Do we want to mop the puddles? I don't know. Did you wrestle with your mother? Did you wrestle with your Nalka? Oh, that's so cute. Oh, now he wants to wrestle with his Kotyan. I can totally see Diamond being the kind of baby who just rushes from parent to parent. So they need like they need something else to keep his attention for a little bit when they're busy doing other things. It's 11:30 p.m. on Sunday, and Lady Alicent wants to try for a baby with Lord Adrian. I love this. I think we don't have to change our rules, guys. At this point, I feel like we have a good rate of try for a baby. It's interesting to me because when we played the Royal Family of Ramong and when we played the Royal Family of Ramong had one of the spouses that hated children. But then the Rowan family, they very like a very nice and loving couple. They don't have any mean traits between any of them. And they don't have any negative traits with children. We played with them for a few days when we were doing their second round, and I think they wanted to woohoo like 3 times, but they didn't have a single try for a baby whim. But the other households we've been playing with, usually after like 1 or 2 woohoos, they have a whim to try for a baby. And these guys, they woohooed a couple hours ago because Lord Adrian wanted to, and then just as I was about to send everyone to bed because Lord Adrian was getting very tired, High Lady Alicent rolled the whim to try for a baby with him. So it's very intriguing to me. It's like the mean couples almost are the ones who actually want to have more. And I guess to an extent that makes sense because they'll probably be thinking more strategically because, most likely they want to use their children for things. But if that's what she wants, we're going to go ahead and we are going to try for a baby with him indeed. So let's go ahead and do that. I was almost sure we were just gonna spend like one episode with these guys because I didn't think that they would be interested in having another child. I mean, there's nothing to suggest otherwise, but she is feeling very, very homely right now. She wants to have another child. But then again, she might be thinking in a more, yeah, who knows? Because we did have the birth of a princess in Sikar, a second born princess that can be married into a house. And she already has a boy, so she could, if she wanted to, make a marriage proposal. Um, Actually, no, it wouldn't be her. It would be Queen Nala. So I've been thinking about this. In which society, it is not the heirs family that sends out a marriage proposal. It's usually the family of the second or the third born. They find an heir that they would like their child married to and they send a marriage proposal. So that's how it works in which society. Like I'm just thinking for behind the scenes how I want things to be, or how I want like some bit of culture or pieces of the story to do itself. We might not always see that exchange, but that's how the things are like working out. So for Master Diamond, for example, High Lady Alicent wouldn't be looking for a spouse for him and trying to arrange a marriage of any sort necessarily. She could think, but she wouldn't make that strategic move. Instead, what would happen is that Master Diamond, like this family, they would receive marriage proposals from other families throughout the kingdoms who have a daughter they want to marry off to an heir. So when a second or third born comes of age, their parents will start looking for an heir to pair their child with, and start kind of having that marriage alliance. Look at this! I love it! They both woohooed over here, tried for a baby, and now she's sleeping in her chamber and he's going to his bed. He didn't even fall asleep in her bed. He's like, okay, I know what needs to be done now. I have to go to my own room. So that's very intriguing. Skill Day was awful for everyone except Lord Adrian, which makes sense, but I feel like they're gonna be awake very, very soon. Yeah, he's gonna. Okay, well, you, kiddo, might potentially have a sibling. I have no clue at this point. Your mother just went to sleep, so we don't know. We are unsure how this is gonna go. And you are hungry. But guess what? You have potatoes to eat. So we shall feed him 5 potatoes. Look at him. Look at him. But I think maybe High Lady Alicent would be wanting, like, if she could have a second son, then she could potentially make a marriage proposal to the royal family of Sika. And she could solidify their relationship by making sure that, like, if she can't get in with High King Yorick, she could always pair her second son, her second born, with High Princess Fena, and then he would be the king. She would be the mother to the next king of Sika. Not the High King, but still king, which is a pretty high title. So, okay, he's eaten his great, no, cutie pie. So cute. Okay, your mother is awake. She is awake. She is hungry, though. I think we had some ramen. Oh, before she goes down to eat. Diamond. Let's see. Let's see. Let's potty train him, actually. No. This is something that the domestic spouse does. So she's gonna grab herself some egg ramen that Adrian did. He did a bit of cooking the previous day. We'll get him to use this. Go use the restroom, and then possibly potty train your son. Give your son a bubble bath, and then let him loose upon the world. I think Diamond should be able to play with the dollhouse now because his father fixed it for him. So once that's done, he's gonna play dolls. He's going to another toilet now. Calm down, kiddo. Adrian's gonna have to wait to eat his breakfast before he he's gonna have to wait till after he deals with the kiddo. But things are going a lot smoother in this household than I thought they would. I mean, I guess I didn't expect it to be too crazy, but for a wild child, he's actually doing pretty good. I think it's because of certain tricks I've learned. Like, you need to have a flippin' high chair, and you need to make sure that you give your babies harvestables. Then they won't put up a fuss. But already we can see, we haven't fed him. I think Lady Alicent probably gave him a bowl of animal crackers or something at some point that I didn't get. It was off camera. But he ate it so nicely, even though he's a wild child. He didn't throw things around like High Princess Fena. Fena is so spoiled. She throws every bit of food she gets. She doesn't even eat it all. We have to give her 2, 3 bowls in one go for her to be fully fed because she just partially eats food and then throws it on the carpet. But Diamond's much nicer about it. He's wild, but he's not rude. So that's a good thing. Can toddlers be mean? I'm not entirely sure if toddlers can be mean. I haven't paid attention to that. They might not be. I know they can be fussy. That's the closest thing I can think of to mean. But you really find out when they become children. Then they can become really nasty. But okay, we'll get this done. And how's Alicent? Are you gonna go check up on your kiddo? Did she already eat? Yeah, she already ate. That's good. She's gonna go watch her son because she might be expecting another kiddo, or I think she wants another son. I think that would be it. She wants another son so she can start thinking about an alliance between, like, the first time everyone got pregnant, they were having heirs, and everyone knows you can't pair the heirs with each other, or nobody would want to pair the heirs with each other. So firstborn marriages are a big. What is she doing? Oh my goodness, she's puking. I think she might be pregnant, guys. I don't know why she's going to puke in the bush and not in the toilet. I've never seen anyone puke in a bush. That's fascinating. But the way she's running, I think she's pregnant. Okay, let's see this. I don't think I've seen a sim puke in the bush before. How does this look? How does one puke in the bush? And? Oh, okay. Pukey! Well, I guess it's very similar to how they do it on the toilet, but now she's out in the rain. I think she might be pregnant. Yep, do what you will. Do what you will. But like I was saying, the first time around, I don't think anyone would be thinking about marriage alliances because nobody would marry their firstborns off because their firstborns have to take on the role of head. They have to inherit their parents' roles. But now that, with Lady Cantrika, everyone's starting to have secondborns now, people are starting to think of marriage alliances that they could have. Um, Obviously, the kids are way too young to action it So the parents would most likely keep this in their minds, but I think they would start to move things around like chess pieces and start thinking of things they could do. And Alicent, she Queen Nala has done a very good job of keeping Alicent and Yorick away from each other, but could she really overlook a potentially like lucrative alliance with one of the noble families? It would work out in both their favor because Alicent would have a foot in the royal family and get a high standing for her own family, the Sisseters, and then Queen Nala wouldn't necessarily have to worry about Alicent and Yorick ever, you know, getting together for anything because why would you sleep with your in-laws, you know? That would be a bit strange. That would be a bit strange because then Alicent would become their daughter's mother-in-law, so that would be like a no-go zone. So I don't know, but I think she might have um, some good news for us at some point because I don't think anyone runs to puke like that unless they are actually pregnant. Let me click on the toilet. She has the option to throw up, so she may be pregnant. So I guess we're sticking with her when we come back. But okay, guys, with that said and done, I'm gonna leave off. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next episode. Bye bye.